Hey guys, welcome back to Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Now in this one we're going to be going back to the Mirage Tower covering levels 40 and 50. Now level 40 and 50 have a fairly simple strategy, but they're not easy to do. It may take you a fair few turns to get it right, especially depending on where your runes are at. My Hot Dog, Enigma and Stealth Elf are what I used to clear both these levels originally, and I haven't really changed their runes much since then. So we'll get into it, but the basic strategy on level 40 here is, as you can see sort of grayed out in the background there, the two units on either side of the boss, they have that invincibility symbol with ×3. So you got to hit them 3 times before you can do damage to them. So the way I went about it is I focused those two first, remembering that you do take a fair bit of damage from these guys. They do a lot of damage. So I got through one of them shield, killed him, got to through the other shield, killed him, and then went to the boss. It did take me a fair few tries to actually get it, so I may fail in this, but that's the basic strategy. I have heard people say that they've gone just directly for the boss and nuked the boss, but I just don't have the damage for that with my Stealth Elf alone. If you're doing 2 damage dealers, you might be able to actually do that. But for me, I went each tower and then the boss, so we might fail. I'm just going to put it on auto, have it target the ads and see what happens. So here we go. So you can see each time I hit him, it reduces it by 1. The best idea is to use Enigma to actually get through it, and then, like, the auto was just smart then. Use Enigma to break those shields with his 1 mana cost abilities, and then that worked perfectly. See how Stealth Elf got the crit on it, and then use the AoE to break 1 turn of the shield of the other one. So that is what you basically want to happen. The AI did it perfectly there. Stealth Elf, oh please don't die. Yeah, Stealth Elf doing the finisher, getting the AoE to break the shield, and now here, if we can get Stealth Elf to survive, which we might do because Hot Dog's going to get his heal in, then we should be pretty much golden. She's got the defense buff, we've got another broccoli heal coming up, we've got invincibility coming up from Enigma, so this should be a pretty safe run now. Obviously the heal, was that a heal reduction on her there? So she did not, oh that's going to break it. If he barrels her, we might be tough here. But that's the strat. You can see that's how it works. You've always got your secondary team to try and get back through it as well, which is always handy. So I have now got a full secondary team, no healer in it, but I've built all the 1-star units, which are really helpful, especially when you go up into the higher levels. I think in level 50, I did have to use my second team to actually get it done. But that's the basic strat for 40. Get rid of those shields with Enigma's 1 mana cost and Hot Dog's attack buff, and then do, if you're going to manual it obviously, do Stealth Elf's second skill to try and crit and kill the 1 ad, and then her AoE will break 1 of the shields of the other one, and then just work through like that and then move on to the boss. So that's 40, that's the basic strat for 40, just target the ads and move on. If you think you've got the damage, you can go straight for the boss, but I didn't actually feel like I had the damage when I did it. Now level 50, we'll jump straight into it. I'll try and just auto up to the boss. If I fail, then I'll just skip and we'll go to it, but I'll talk about a bit about it while we're leading up to it. 50 is a bit different because it's basically the opposite strategy. You want to target the boss and not touch the ads. I'm not sure how squishy the ads are, because when I did this, I actually used Stealth and Poison Spore on Stealth Elf, which is a combo you never really use. But I used it because you don't want to get the AoE proc from her second skill. Another thing to remember, these are wind units, so Stealth Elf does have a bit of a hard time. So if you have a fire unit for damage, or any other element basically that's not life or earth, it might be a better option to use, especially if it's a single target heavy unit. But yeah, so the idea is target the boss, only the boss. You can take skill 2 to help you with the waves on Stealth Elf, but if you get to the boss, maybe don't use it. I might test it here just for argument's sake to see if it does kill the ads, because what happens is if you kill the ads, when they die, they put, I think it's heal block, attack break, and defense break on all of your monsters, which really does hurt. It basically guarantees you'll probably lose most of the time if that happens. So this is another one that took me a lot of tries, so we'll just leave it on auto. Hopefully she does her AoE and hits the bird, so we'll know if that's too much damage or whether I'm being silly. But yeah, the basic strategy is target the boss, only the boss, don't hit the ads, and try and nuke it down. You might even be able to use double DPS, but I'm not too sure how well it'll work. we'll see here how he goes. So he's summoned the ads, do the poison spore. This one did take me a fair few tries. As you can see, he does a lot of damage and basically just one shot my Enigma. And this was the stage when I had blades and I think the other unit I had built was Kaboom, but he was like 4-star, and I actually did have to use those extra units to get through this, just through RNG and all that sort of thing. But this run might actually go okay, even just with these guys. But you can see the general strategy. See, watch if I kill this bird. So Stealth Elf is probably going to kill this bird, and you'll see what happens. So, gets the AoE. Oh, I didn't proc the AoE. Okay. I'll target the bird just to for demonstration's sake, to show you what actually does happen, because it really hurts. Okay, he died. Okay, he didn't land the defense break, so you get the heal block, the attack break, and then there is a chance to cop defense break as well. And it looks not too bad, so you can actually use Stealth Elf's second skill. It doesn't seem to do too much onto the birds. Just if they are getting low, try to avoid it and just use the poison spore for that reason. But then, yeah, if you've got the second team, this is where it always helps. Just come in and finish the job. But that's the basic strat. So 40, you've got attack the ads first, and then 50, you've got just attack the boss. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Like I said, you can use the stealth and poison spore with Stealth Elf, but that's what I used the first time. I think it was actually better there using the 2 damage skills for that run there. Moving on into it, the next video I'll make, I probably won't make one for 55. I did struggle a lot on 55. I had the disconnect errors. I finally managed to clear it in under 5 minutes, because if my runs, for some reason, if they take more than 5 minutes, I get disconnected from the server and booted from the game. So I finally got 55 done in under 5 minutes. That I was pretty pumped about that. That was just this morning. So tonight I might try and grind through these other levels and see if I can't get to 60. I think it's going to be hard. I did 56 first try, then got to 57, lost, and then I had to go do some stuff. So tonight, when I get some time to sit down, I'm going to have a real tackle at that level 57 and progressing further on, and just see how we can go. As for the account, I'll give you guys a quick run through on the account, where we're up to. I've got plenty of videos that I want to be making. I'm actually up to farming Beast 8. I managed to get it 3-starred. It took me about 30 runs to get this 3-starred, doing it manual. Finally got it. It's about 80% successful for me when I do it on a ×10, which isn't too bad. Like, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm working on the units to upgrade them. I'll go through those teams when I make that video. As for my Skylanders, my hot dog, like I said, my hot dog, my Enigma, and my Stealth Elf, I haven't really changed their runes in ages. Stealth Elf is on full 5-stars, which I was really lucky to get all these 5-stars in about 2 days of farming Beast 6. It's just I seem to keep getting damage runes and not too many tanky runes. So as you can see, my hot dog is still lacking very much, still on a lot of 4-stars. But he is 6-stars, so it does make up for it. Enigma is really starting to fall behind on a bunch of 4-stars, a couple 5-stars, but really lacking. Like I said, I just can't really get 5 or 6-star defense or HP runes. I'm getting plenty of attack and crit runes and stuff like that. But then I've got the other units that I'm working on, which will all get their own video, because they're all working really well. Obviously, we saw Blades do the solo. Still working on him, upgrading him. Got Tough Luck, who I'm actually farming up right now. I'm really liking the Tough Luck. She does a lot of damage, but it's mainly because, like I said, I keep getting attack runes. So I'll give you a quick glimpse at her runes. So she's on almost full 6-star runes at the moment. There's just this one which really sucks, which, once again, I keep getting block rate for these ones. Like, if we look over here, there's another block rate, there's another block rate, and that's all I've got for those ones. I'd love a HP or defense on her just to tank her up a bit, but yeah, she's working wonders. I can't wait to make the video about her. And then we've also got Snapshot. Now, my Snapshot has bad runes, but he's amazing. So the cool thing about these guys, I've said it before, is that you just end up having a bunch of their shards from all the Wish Stone summons and all that sort of thing. So there's not too much wasted resources in actually building them up. So I do really like all the 1-stars. They're really good because you can get them up early. I would like to see maybe something that allows you to awaken your natural 5-stars earlier if you have them, just because it seems like it's going to be a massive grind to get there, but we'll wait and see. It could just be a limiting factor due to it not being globally launched. They might release something at global launch to help the newer players catch up, and this might be to hold us back. The other unit that I am building is Kaboom, and I'm really liking Kaboom. He is going to be, like I said in one of my other videos, part of my level 10 Beast Dungeon. And yeah, I've got him to 5-star. I've still got to farm up a fair few fragments for him. I'm not too fast on awakening him because his awakening goes into make his explode AoE, but I feel like until I get good runes, I'll probably be using skill 1 and skill 3, and then eventually if I get good enough runes for it and I don't need the attack break, then I'll swap to that, but that'll be a fair way down the road, I'd imagine. I feel like at the start, when we start getting into Beast 10s, it's going to be all about negating damage taken and just beating the boss slowly and not worrying about the times 10, but that's where the account's at the moment. Just gave you a quick overview. If you want more about Mirage Tower, like I said, I can cover 55, but 55 was a real tough one. You really do need 6 units built for it. But that's Mirage Tower 40 and 50 for you guys. Let me know what else you want in the comments, and I'll be seeing you probably tomorrow with another video. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.